Citizens of the world, welcome to an earliest look at SpellForce Conquest of Eo. THQ Nordic sent me a key to check this game out. That is the latest SpellForce game, but this isn't like the previous SpellForce games, which are like RTS city builder strategy games. This is more like a 4X, so think Age of Wonders, Heroes of Might and Magic, that sort of thing. So thank you so much to THQ Nordic for sending us that key. And today, owned by Gravity, thank you for joining us today as we check this game out. Now, I've done a little bit of a play around, and this is going to be a more direct, casual look because it's the holiday season. Look at the date of this video being uploaded. Happy holidays, everyone. If you are watching this in the future and it happens to be another holiday, tell me, what holiday are you celebrating today? Anyway, here's the options menu. Display resolution, screen modes, FPS limits, target FPS. Great. If this is on, it goes up to 140. We're just gonna go for 60 because that's what I recorded at. Anti-aliasing, fidelity, FX super resolution. I'm gonna leave this as default for now. We are on high shadows, textures, and ultra animations because it's, well, that should be good, but I don't want to push things further up in case this is an early look. There can be some performance issues. Speed up enemies, I'll leave it off for now, but good option to have. Command speed, drag, dead zone, that's a good one. Show tutorials, I'll leave that on because I'm not experienced with this game. This is the earliest look we could get. I don't think that the game's not even out yet unless you're watching this in the future. Show grid on off so we can have that. All income, auto select units, show outlines. Seems like these options are all pretty good. Border scrolling on off, which is good. I do not see a mouse constrain option yet, but this, keep in mind, this is still an early look, so we're not gonna rag on the options too much. Audio sliders, it seems like everything's here. I don't know if there's cinematics. I don't see a cinematic audio slider, but master music, ambience, effects, voices, interface, that's pretty good. I don't know if there's dialogue. We'll find out. Apply. Settings applied. Close. Now, there's tutorials, there's credits. Let's click Start Campaign, and we've got 3 options to choose your archetype. The Alchemist, brew potions and concoctions to support your magical minions. Master the nature and enchantment schools of magic. We could go Necromancer. Create your own loyal subjects by breathing new life into the bodies of the fallen. Master the death and mentalism schools of magic. Or we could go Artificer. Craft glyphs and artifacts to provide your troops with a multitude of different abilities. Master the Earth Shaper and Guardian schools of magic. And you know, right now, I'm feeling like a Nightmare Before Christmas and going Necromancer. Let's continue. Choose your starting location. Golden Fields. Okay. The Peaceful Valley is the bread basket of the Hallmark. Bugs have recently infested the fields and granaries. Challenge low. Easier monsters and locations, but only basic resources. Oh, this is basically difficulty options for starting locations. There's Alluvion. Forests and lakes fill this region, once populated by elves. Dangerous beasts roam the forests, rich in wildlife. Rich plant life, but tougher adjacent regions. Okay. Or the Dracot. Deep in the northern Windwall Mountains, the dwarves here are busy mining precious metals. Recent events have seen an uprising of the Granite Dwarf faction. High challenge, better ore but more powerful monsters. I think going medium is a good option here. The Alluvion Forests. Continue. Oh, and actually difficulty option. Story mode is available if you're interested in more of a chill experience. Explorer, balanced, hard, impossible. Survival for only the fittest. I will go for balanced for now. Start campaign. And let's see what SpellForce Conquest of Eo is all about. And I'm curious to know, for you guys, have you played the previous SpellForce games or not? Because I think that will significantly impact your thoughts on this game. And also, in case you're wondering if I played Age of Wonders or Heroes of Might and Magic growing up, I played Age of Wonders. I still think Age of Wonders 1 is one of the best 4X games ever. It's so good, and it has dire penguins. How can you complain? Alright, here we go. Press any key to continue, and let's get into the game. When a message from your master told you that you had discovered a way to channel the All-Fire and urged you to come to his tower, you quickly gathered your entourage and set out. The letter contained little more than his note, and a small flute, exquisitely carved and bearing your master's sigil. He seemed to fear running afoul of the circle of mages, the most powerful covenant of magic users on Eo. His tower, now before you, bears signs of a terrible battle having raged there. Go to the tower immediately. Or... yes. Ah, this game. Okay, first look at the game. Okay, zooming in, zooming out, a little bit stiff, but... oh, wait, was that... Ooh, there's a zoomed out map. Okay, good. Let's go back in. That's a nice little touch. The game itself looks pretty good. Let me see. WASD does work. Now, we seem to be lagging a little bit here. Probably because, keep in mind, I am also recording, so that affects performance somewhat. But let's go to the options and turn down some settings. Let's go down here and maybe just turn things to medium. There we go. And maybe turn... oh, not low. Let's just turn things down a little bit here. And apply. Yes. Good. Close. Let's see how that works. Where's the... there's it. Close. Okay, that feels a little bit better. Yeah, that feels okay. That feels okay for now. But let's try drop it even more. No, not that. Not settings. Okay, let's try drop it down another step. If it still looks good, good performance is going to be better, right? Settings applied, close, close. You know, I can't really tell the difference in the graphics, so let's just keep this. So we're actually playing on lower graphics here, which is going to be fine. Now, we have this army owned by us. We have these Necromancer minions, Goblin Brawlers, Mortal Goblins, Tier 1. Oh, these are fantastic. Tier 2. Great. So we've got a number of units there. There's some things around us. There's a mine owned by Independence. There's Celebration, which is an inn. I think Celebration is the name of the inn. A place where rumors spread and legends are born. There's Elven Heal Route. There is a Mage Tower right there, which is where we're heading. And that is a Mana Stash. Mana Stash feels very... Here's a Might and Magic or Age of Wonders. But let's go straight to the Mage's Tower. The corpses and debris marking the fight inside the great hall of your master's tower fill you with grief for him. Instinctively, your hands go to the flute he sent with his letter. You trace the fine carvings with your fingers, and memories of your time here flood your mind. Suddenly, the flute seems to hum and vibrate, and a small sound emanates from it. Examine the flute. The sound morphs into a flute melody, and with it, shadowy images slowly begin to appear across the hall. Figures take form, becoming more solid and taking the shape of two groups facing each other. Weapons drawn. You see your old master leading one of the groups. This must be the battle for the tower. Let's revisit the battle so we can go straight into seeing what combat is like in SpellForce Conquest of Eo. And just to see and show off combat straight away. There we go. Ah, yes, the tactics combat of these 4X games. It's like, it's just reminiscent of a nice old school time. Now, I have played through up until this battle before this, so I kind of know what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let's see, these can make it up to there. we can try and stop them at the staircase. So what I'm gonna do, this ice golem is it's a tanky boy. So we're gonna move them up and set them on guard stance. Execute. So the way units work in this, you can see there's these yellow diamonds. That's how many actions they have. So moving in here costs 1, moving out into the yellow costs 2. So let's move you there. You see it costs 2. And we can do an attack on them. But attacks are retaliated against. So you can't just free hit things unless you get attacks of opportunity. Now, these guys, we do have some spells. Flame Armor, Elemental Weakness, Fireball. So let's give some Flame Armor. Does it have to... Oh, our range is a little bit further. Let's give Flame Armor to the big guy. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Flame Armor to the big guy. And that takes up all of that. And we're going to move you up to here. And do a hit here. There we go. This also means their big guy on the back, which is this Core Dwellers, a tier 2 demon fantastic, will have to go around the long way. And you can see it's going to take them a long time, at least 2 turns to reach my troops, unless they pull back, which then we get free hits of opportunity. Good. I think that's all we can do this turn. Let's end turn, see what they do. Oh. I did not realize it had a it had a ranged attack. So anyway, you can see for every action you have, you can do 1 attack. So these guys have 3 actions, so all 3 attacks go through. But I did give you Flame Armor. And they get Frostbite from hitting this big dude. Okay, cool. This big dude... We can do Cold Snap. Deal 21 elemental damage to each enemy user within a 2-tile radius. That's pretty good. Steady. Steady, gentlemen. Okay, good. Now you. We can... Do I want to keep giving Flame Armor? I think I do. Let's give Flame Armor again. Oh, we can't. We can't. They already have Flame Armor. So maybe you? Yeah, good. So that we can... So this is with us with 3 actions. So we're doing a lot more damage. And you can see they do counter quite a lot of damage as well. So let's do this. So this is going to be 6 attacks total. 3 to each side. Okay, they're now low. Let's... Ooh, there's a chance to kill this one. Maybe we could do it. Ah, not quite. But those 2 should die next turn. By the way, if you end the turn and any unit still has spare actions, they will automatically go into guard stance, which is just nice in case you forget. That's actually a problem with a lot of older kind of tactics games like this, where, oh no, I forgot to spend all their action points, but now if they have 1 action point left over, they will auto-guard. So that's nice. Okay. So we're gonna lose the big guy. Ooh, nah, damn. This thing is just ranged, huh? Okay, fine. So you... Is anything in range of Fireball? No. We're gonna have to move you up, I think. So let's move you up to there. And then we can do Fireball. What's more worth it? I think using Fireball to wipe out an entire unit is a good idea. No, I think this is what I can do. I will Fireball this guy. No, I keep... It's right-click to cast. Okay, so now we can get a kill here. So they can't retaliate, so that's free damage. We get a kill here. They can't retaliate, that's free damage. Great. And getting a kill like that does spend all of our action points. So that's 2 free kills, 0 damage on retaliation. Let's end turn. Okay, now they're gonna walk up. This big guy's a little scary. Oh, they're focus firing. And you can only retaliate the number of action points, you see? So now this unit starts with no action points, because spent it all on retaliation. Okay, so that means it's fireball time again. Let's hit these guys. So we can hit this. They get no retaliations, right? So that's more another free kill. So we'll lose this guy next turn. Yep. Okay. Fireball. Now, we want to engage with this guy so that if it tries to run to my ranged unit, we'll get an attack of opportunity. So it will at least cost it something to charge forward. I love tactics games. I just love tactics games. I wish you guys watch me play tactics games more. I love tactics games. I love mastering tactics games because I'm actually quite good at it, right? Let's just kill this guy. There we go. They lose 4, we lose 2. Kablam. Oh. Victory! First battle won. It was a tutorial battle, but it's fine. Now you know how combat works in SpellForce Conquest of Eo. I'll have time codes on this video so you can always skip around and check how all of this works. But yeah, so far this game's feeling pretty solid. We haven't done much. We need to get to all the world map management stuff next, but from here on out, it's new to me as well. So I get to tell you my impressions of this game as we move forward from here. I just didn't want to go into this game completely blind, even though it's a super early look, because I didn't want to be completely clueless. But you can now see things on the world map, on the UI that we can start exploring. You are filled with hope and a touch of confusion as your master's forces dispatch the intruders. Then another robed figure enters the picture. With a leisurely wave of their hand, your master's remaining forces helplessly dissolve into ash. Silent cries of agony etched into their faces. The ash is scattered to the wind, and the robed figures walk towards the stairs as if nothing happened. Follow them. All of a sudden, the figure turns on you, raises their hand, and the flute's illusionary image vanishes abruptly. Did the magic end? Or did the robe figure cast some kind of abjuration to prevent being spied upon? You find yourself nervously looking around for any sign that the robed figure is still here, but the tower lies empty now. Enter the tower. Impressions of the fighting still play on your mind as you slowly walk up the dented stairway. The tower, damaged and deserted, still retains your master's presence, somehow, willing you onward. Whatever happened here will not be forgotten. You are sure there is more to discover. Your master was always adept at hiding his secrets, but you are determined to uncover them. Step up into the tower. You take stock. The entry hall's golden chandelier has been stolen, and its soft carpets are gone. Your master's tower was not just attacked, but also robbed, it appears. On closer inspection, there are several tracks out of the tower. Traces of torn fabric and dropped cutlery lead into a goblin camp not far from here. So we gotta go to the goblin camp and find the thieves. Oh, they're right there. We now have a base of operations, the Mage Tower, owned by me. And what's that? A fish trap. Okay, so we've got a mage tower. We have a number of things to explore here. Resources are gold, mana, mastery, research, and all fire. This feels nice and familiar. Not too many. Not too many. I know some people love it, but I hate it when there are too many resources. You know, a lot of these sorts of 4X fantasy games, there's like 14 different resources with 8 types of gems and 3 types of minerals and 5 types of metals. You know, it's just too much for me. I like gold and mana. Easy to understand. Gold and mana, that's just the basics. 2 resources are great. Then we have limits the mana you can cast each turn on spells, so that's not really a resource. Research is progress towards research, great, so that's not really a resource either. All fire, the influx of all fire you receive each turn to convert into other resources. Okay, so that's sort of a use all resource. That's why it's called all fire. So basically, this is a 2 resource strategy game, which honestly speaking, I'm a fan of. I just prefer 2 resources, you know. If there are maximum 4 resources, you know, like Age of Empires has 4, StarCraft has 2, you know, minerals and Vespene, you know. And even Age of Empires, it's kind of 2. You have food, which applies to a lot of things, and then you have wood units and gold units. You know, it's easy to parse that. Stone is just used for buildings mostly. I know there are units that use stone, but never mind. Okay, tower. We can click to build a room in our tower. We currently can afford a Necromancer's Crypt. Build time 1 turn, can only be built once. Built from the stones of a desecrated graveyard. This room allows you to craft all manner of undead. Oh, I love how it says craft undead. Unlocks necromancy. Do it. Build me that. I think we can't afford that. That costs 25 mana. That costs 45 gold. Ooh, plus 3 gold per day. Plus 5 research per day. Okay, we might want to save up for those. But currently we have no income. Let's have a look at our inventory. We can sell items here. What do we have? A lesser vigorous soul, an ingredient, and some remains. They're not worth much, so I'm not going to sell them. But we could have souls, catalysts, or ingredients, glyphs, gear, and consumables. So this is more of an RPG kind of mechanic. Okay, good. Now, I think before we go into the goblin camp, I should explore around here. We do still have some units. Let's go ahead and grab that mana stash. 10. I assume we can't go into the water. Yeah, we can't go into the water. Ooh, there's some neutrals there. Who are these guys? We've got Purity Militia and Archers. Okay, they don't sound like they're going to be friends with Undead Necromancers. What's that? Oh, that's something just quite... We can see it, but it won't tell us what it is. Okay, well, nothing else is really in our range. There's Elven Heal Root, but it's outside of our territory. So I guess we do go to the Goblin Camp. Let's follow the story and go to the Goblin Camp. Oh, we're out of movement points. Okay, we got to end the turn. Right. Empty room available. Oh, yeah, that's fine. We're building that. Good. End turn. Oh, all the factions are moving. Necromancer's Crypt constructed. Very good. Ooh. You wander the old familiar rooms of the tower, lost in memories of your time here as an apprentice. The place was clearly searched through before the goblins ransacked it. Your master's crafting room has been depleted. Most of the other chambers ravaged. Whoever did this left no stone unturned. Go to the library. Buried beneath a toppled bookcase in your master's gutted library, you find his old grimoire. Reverently, you open the heavy tome. Many of its blissfully illustrated pages have been torn out, but you still see bits and pieces of your master's illegible script. He was always secretive about his arcane research, often writing in code. Try to decipher the grimoire. You look for the first spells he taught you, carefully flipping the large pages to one of the bookmarks attached to the spine. You can indeed make out some of the basics. Others you can almost decipher. This needs further study. You gaze around the room, imagining a treasure trove of arcane knowledge hidden among the scattered scrolls and torn books. A lifetime of magical study at your disposal. We get 10 research. I will not leave until I have recovered my master's knowledge. Great. So we have the Grimoire. This is the source of constant discovery and mystical knowledge. There are many pages in it, each belonging to a certain school of magic. You can select unknown spells or secrets to research and cast spells directly from its pages. It's our spell book. Grimoire navigation. Use the bookmarks at the bottom to navigate between pages quickly. Okay, so we've got the Necromancy spell page, room blueprints, apprentice spell page, death spell page, Death March. Okay. This is... Oh, we got 2 death spell pages, mentalism spell page. So these are the schools of magic, which to me feel very Age of Wonders. This UI is a little confusing, by the way. Like, it looks cool, but I'm not entirely sure what I'm looking at. Craft for Undead. If I want to unlock this, I think. And then we can just use this to turn the pages. So these are all... Oh, how to unlock new rooms. We have to do these tasks. Stop the plague threatening the fields of gold. Relieve a besieged city in the east. Oh. This is actually pretty interesting. It ties... Basically, the game has generated a story world for us to explore, and that's really cool. Like, to unlock whatever this building is, we have to go to the east, find a city that's under siege, and relieve them of the siege. And then we get a room from that. Okay. So we can start research here. Summon enchanted wisps, corrode, aid. Oh, this is a spell I have right now. I see. Okay, we could also do this. Okay, that sounds like movement points. So let's do this. It's sort of... Let's try learn how to summon an enchanted wisp. To research a spell or secret from your grimoire, simply select the research button below its entry. The process will take time based on your research, yes, and may require you to accomplish certain actions or spend ingredients to support your study. Okay, just 16 research points. That means slightly over a turn, I guess. Okay. Necromancy. Oh, we have a whole page for Necromancy. This is your Necromancy crypt. Here you can create and reanimate a variety of undead minions to flood the lands and do your bidding. Crafting works by investing ingredients that contain essences to reach thresholds. The essences are elemental, arcane, life, and death. A threshold is reached when you combine 3, 6, or 9 essences of the same element. Investing items. You can either drag an item into a slot with the left mouse button or quick slot it by right-clicking. Okay, so that's what we need these ingredients for. Oh, that's why we need souls. So first move a soul, then we need another ingredient. If I do this, if I put in a soul, life essence prevents successful necromancy, and put in that, ooh, valid recipe. Once valid recipe is displayed, confirm the process with craft button. The duration tells you how many turns it will take to finish the process. So this would craft us, what? Ghouls. Just souls and remains. Okay, let's go ahead. 2 turns to craft some new ghouls. So if you add more ingredients... Oh, this is how you train units as a necromancer. That's actually pretty cool. Crafting and hiring slots. You can only do so much at once. Your crafting and hiring slots are limited. They are displayed below your resource bar up there at the top of the screen and tell you how many turns until it's done. You can increase their number by having certain locations within your domain or adding rooms to your tower. Okay, so that crafting slot is now filled up. Okay, so that's how research works. Do we have spells? We can cast aid. Costs 9 mana. I mean, I guess we should try casting a spell, right? To cast a spell, you must select it from your Grimoire and amass the mana required to pay for it. Okay, so this costs 9. We currently have 20, so we should be fine. Complete. The investment is limited by your mastery. So we've got 8 mastery. Once it's ready, okay, continue. So we're preparing the spell now. So it's going to take 1 turn to prepare it. Okay. So that means we probably want to get into that goblin camp. Let's see what they're about. From the camp you make out the loud and obnoxious squabbling of goblins. It appears they are fighting over loot from the tower, screaming at each other at the top of their lungs. Ooh. Wait and watch or ambush them. We've seen combat. Let's try wait and watch. I assume we have 164 fists, so I think we do outnumber them. But let's wait and watch. You watch and wait for the goblins to do even more damage to each other, but one tugs at another one's nose and points in your direction, screeching. Call out, attack at once. Let's try call out. Let's see how these options work if we try to avoid combat. The goblins stop their screaming just long enough to stare at you, then fall over one another, trying to flee the camp. I'm not going to let them go, though. Don't let them go! Combat preview. Actual combat here. This combat is shown prior to a fight. You can see the enemy's stack strength compared to your own, and the predicted outcome of using auto-resolve. At the bottom of the screen, you can choose fight, auto-resolve, or abort. When being attacked, you can also choose to retreat, which will cause your units some damage before running away. The enemies may still come after them to attack again. Okay. Domain combat. This battle takes place in a mage's domain. Domains affect battles or battling units in various ways. Hover over the icons to see details of these effects. Okay. Decisive victory for me. Attacker, you, defender, orcs. Well, they're orcs, but these are goblins I think we're fighting. Yeah, goblin brawlers. Goblin brawlers, goblin archers. So they got 2 brawlers and archers. What do we have? Necromancer minions. Melee attack. Melee attack. We just got melee units, I think. So we're just charging straight into this. Enchantments, Domain of View. Oh, because this is in my territory, I get +1 willpower, +1 armor, +2 damage. Okay, so it's easier to defend, as it tends to be. Let's get into this. Oh, they actually got a little camp. I love it when these 4X strategy games with tactical battles actually have terrain that matches the battle. Okay, so they have a... We can attack walls. Now the problem is they have archers. What's their range? Is that their shooting range? It probably does say range, base damage 18. Right, okay. So I think we do want to charge at them. There's little creatures and stuff walking around as well. But I think I want to try go around the left side. Let's try that. They'll probably adjust as we approach, but still. Because I think we'll have to bust through their wall. Oh yeah, okay, fine. The AI knows what they're doing. They're gonna adjust. Okay, so the question is, do I want to... I see. So a little icon shows up. So I want to try stay out of their range so they don't charge at us. So if I go just to here, we should be safe at this level. I'm assuming. We can't just walk through these trees. Okay. This battle will end in a draw if no damage is dealt to the other side within 4 turns. Okay. All right, understood. Oh, there's like little vision things on them. So if I want to get through to this, I want to try and avoid the archers mainly. So if I hit this wall, that would be ideal. Because that'll at least force the archers to move to hit me properly. Okay, let's get that one. Does that count as damage to the other side? Yes. Okay, now we're moving in. These guys just lag behind a little bit. So which one of... These guys have 55 health, 9 armor. This is 65 health, 11 armor. Okay, these Necromancer minions are better than the Goblin Brawlers. Okay. Here we go. Oh, they're not gonna walk out to meet us. They're gonna try hold us there. Gonna take some shots. Let's see, at least made them move first. Can I hit these guys? Oh, they... I think I'm being a bit too careful. These guys are ranged. Yeah, they do have a range attack. I misread that. Okay. Well, that was relatively easy. So I think it would actually make more sense in this situation to move up to here and set me to defend so that they have to come to us. And if they don't, then we just shoot them. So I make myself the defender in this situation, and the defender always has an advantage. Look how much damage we dealt. Oh, and you have to hit your own wall because you can't get through. Okay, let's... Ooh, that is quite a lot of damage. I think it's worth doing this. Okay. So, those guys can't do anything. We can go ahead and engage here. Let's just try and minimize damage if at all possible. Okay. Good. Yes. Goblin Brawlers have the stat expendable. This unit's death does not negatively affect ally willpower. Ah, okay. So, morale doesn't drop if they die. We just do not care about them. Victory! There we go. We killed some goblins. I was probably being a little bit too cautious, but I just like doing that, you know? I like being efficient with combat in these tactics games. Alright, there we go. Combat report. After a battle, your surviving units gain loot and experience based on the enemies they have defeated. Okay. Oh, a less vigorous soul. Some bandages. Stop bleeding. Remove bleeding from an allied unit. Oh, okay. Undiscovered faction. I gain undiscovered faction +3. So we killed them. Heroic victory. Ah, so I did better than the autocalc predicted. Always worth doing it manually. The now quiet camp is littered with goblin corpses. They were carrying and using some of your master's tools, as well as a small amount of coin. Lesser glyph, cutthroat, dwarven ignition. It's a bomb, and 10 gold. Where are the rest of his possessions? As you turn to leave, a few goblins emerge from hiding behind one of the dirty tents. One of them, wearing a hood made of a torn silken cloth, waves excitedly at you.
You, I remember you. One of Master's pupils, yes, yes. We serves Master, not like these chagrak here.
He spits at the dead goblins emphatically. Bowing, he adds,
We serves you now, yes, yes. You gives us shiny. We fights for you. Shows you where more Master's things is.
Show me then. The goblin points to 2 stacks of chests and sacks not far from where you stand. Let's collect those. Ooh, we've got someone on the horizon though. Hiring from domain. Liberating certain locations within your domain allows you to hire specific units from your tower. This goblin den enables you to hire goblin brawlers, goblin archers, and goblin shamans now. Access your hiring screen from the tab in the top left. So we can hire some units. Hire units from this screen. The higher a unit's tier, the stronger it is, but the longer the process will take. 3 turns. 5 turns for the shaman. Expand the list of available units by capturing locations on the strategic map or building tower rooms. Well, I could probably do gold upkeep. Ooh, we don't have a source of gold right now. 3 turns though. Okay, let's try hire some archers. Oh, I have no free slots. Oh, right, there's only one. So unit hiring slots. I see. So there's no more slots. There's only 1 slot to do that. Understood. So that limitation here. Oh, nice little these slots get bigger when you go into where they're relevant. Then they shrink back down. That's a nice little touch. Meanwhile, what else is there? That's stuff we've gotten. Yes, yes. These guys need to be upgraded. Ooh, they level up. These goblin brawlers level up. We can give them more health or more damage. I'm going to give the brawlers more health. You also level up. Ooh, plus 100% daily regeneration? That's pretty good, though. That means it's just full health next turn. Okay, do we still have... Okay, we'll be going for that. What is this? Is that a magic wisp? Okay, we're going to have to summon our own. And some soldiers. They're pretty tough. 22, 28 with the assault skill. 9 armor. Okay. We got to watch out for those guys. End turn. We got a few things that we have in our queues. There's the Wisp research that we're doing, which, 1 more turn. We have this aid spell, movement modes. Oh, different units within your second have different movement modes, allowing them to travel further or across otherwise impassable terrain. Oh, okay, cool. Yes, this reminds me of Age of Wonders. Some can scale mountains, some have flying, some can travel on the water. I don't know what that icon means. Okay, good. Oh, so you can go on the water. Oh, okay. So this makes sense to send you over there to grab that when you can. Also, wounded units, yeah, mortal and fantastic units regenerate a small percentage of their health each day. Undead units have to find more creative ways. Move your units' buildings into... or cast spells to aid with their regeneration. Yes, so we have this spell. Let's cast the spell. All units in target stack magically restore some health at the start of the next day. Okay. So it's not immediate. Yeah, you can't... So next turn, they'll heal up. Let's grab that. I don't know whether it's safe to go over there. I guess we'll take the risk. Hopefully they're just guarding guarding the bridge, owned by Independent, so hopefully they're just bridge guardians, but I don't know. That might have been a bad idea, splitting my units up, but I just wanted to go grab that. Oh, so we can see fairy grass. Oh. Okay, we still don't have mine. I should probably want to get that, right? Demolish room. Room extension's not unlocked yet. Okay. Oh, we do have enough gold for the workshop. 5 turns for this, though. Plus 3 gold a day. Okay. That'll pay for itself. Eventually. Let's get the workshop going. Okay. Let's end the turn. Oh, this has the weekend day mechanic as well. What are your next steps? The destruction of your master's tower must mean he uncovered something of the Allfire's secrets, which the Circle guards fiercely. You can restore the contents of his grimoire, but his tower needs rebuilding too, and if the Circle is behind his disappearance, you must expect them to come for you as well. Maybe they know of your discovery already. What exactly is the Circle? The Circle of Mages, a covenant of the most powerful magi on Eo. They supposedly protect all practitioners of magic, furthering knowledge of the mystical arts, but they are also the only living beings to have begun to master the Allfire's might, having recently discovered the key to its might on the faraway continent of Zu. Now, they bar others from partaking in the Allfire's immense power, claiming it is too dangerous for the uninitiated to handle. I'll have to tread carefully. Taking proper stock of your master's laboratory, you find very little more than empty vials and containers that have, like everything else, been searched through. It was certainly not the work of goblins. You can make out tracks of a cart leading to a nearby hamlet you passed on your way here. Did the villagers plunder the tower after it was abandoned too? I suppose I should check in with them. The hamlet. Very good. You? Oh, this is a resource, not a pickup. Oh, it says it's... Oh, it is owned by me. Okay, good. I'm gonna need to... So these fields, are they exploring fairy grass? You find fairy wings. We can fly now. These units can fly. Okay. Good to know. Like, I kind of want that mine as well. Let's, pull back, I think. Also, undead units. Yeah, we should have just finished those. Undead units cannot regenerate in life naturally. You need to find other ways to heal them, such as applying an appropriate spell. They are very resilient minions who do not need to breathe, allowing them to traverse water. Oh, undead... Oh, okay. Oh, research is done as well? You can summon Enchanted Wisp. Yep. And let's learn Corrode as well. Things are starting to come together here. Now, Goblin Camp. One more turn for the Goblin Archers. So let's group up. I'm going to do this. Join my Undead army to here. And then we're going to need to go to that camp, and our new flying necromancer minions, I guess. You'll start making your way down as well. Okay. So I did capture this, but it's not in my terrain, so we can't exploit it yet. We need to expand our control here. Okay. Let's end the turn. Okay, good. Now the goblin camp should be done. Yep, there they are. Let's get the goblin archers in. Let's bring you over. Oh, our stack is too big now. Stacks that contain several units can be split. To split stack, select units you want to move. We did that earlier. Okay, so our stack is too big here. I have brawlers, ghouls, archers. So I think what I'll do is I will send one of you into here. And you just wait right there so that we can Combine this and talk to the hamlet. The village's inhabitants eye you with an air of hostility when you arrive. Children are called inside. Some of the villagers arm themselves with tools and sticks. Your band regards them cautiously in return. I don't know, we're like a walking troop of undead and goblin monsters. I think this little quaint village would be more scared of us, yeah. A burly, black-haired man, brandishing a cudgel, steps forward and says, "There is nothing for you here." Scare them, show them you mean no harm, ask them why they are so hostile. That's an appropriate question. Why are you so mad? The villagers stare at you darkly. You are here to take back the wizard's goods, aren't you? The apprentice gave them to us as payment for helping him flee. It was a fair trade. We will fight for them. Are you sure you want that fight? No need. Let me trade you for them. Okay, let's try trade. We've already wiped out the goblins. Let's try trade with the humans. The villagers barely budge, but after a moment, one of their elders steps forward hesitantly. "We are afraid you would bewitch us. The old wizard's apprentice thought they would come after him and take back the items he gave us. We wanted to trade them in the city to buy clothes for our children." Return the goods, pay a fine, we'll call that even. I don't care, they belong to me by right. I have no intention of harming you. Let's trade. Let's try be good for once. Let's be the good necromancer to this village that's right next to me anyway. I have no intention of harming you. Let's trade. Trade? But we trade? The elder stares at you, slow to collect himself, and call out to his people. The mage's troops are here to trade. As those around him begin to relax, he leans in to squint at you. You are not playing a cruel trick on us. You really wish to trade our goods? Of course not, you fool! Now hand over your possessions! Yes, trade. Is that so hard to fathom? I really want to click this, but we've already... I want to see if what trade entails. It's just we humbly apologize for our behavior. Now, what would you wish to trade for the goods? 5 gold? 5 mana? 5 gold is fine. We are bleeding gold, but we will get a new room in a number of turns, which will give us 3 gold per turn. So I can pay... no, I should give 5 mana. Right? Because I'm getting 4 a turn. So let's try trade 5 mana. The villagers agree to trade you some of their harvest for a few mending spells, though they seem uncertain about the results. Dark Feast, Lesser Arcane Soul, Lesser Feral Soul, Ritual Dagger remains, and plus 20 with an undiscovered faction. Pleasure doing business. As you leave, you think about the apprentice the villagers kept speaking of. Perhaps you can find them. They may be able to shed some light on your master's fate. I will see if I can find out more. Okay. There's this village. Units regenerate here faster. Okay. And Necromancy. We've got new ingredients. On the left, you can browse crafting recipes you have discovered so far. There are many to find, so keep experimenting. Ah, okay, cool. So we've got Lesser Soul, Lesser Feral Soul, Lesser Arcane Soul, Pack Tactics, Vigorous Soul. So if I do a Lesser Arcane Soul, we would get ghouls. But what if I put in like a Ritual Dagger and Dark Feast and a Cutthroat Glyph, Unknown Undead? The soul is too weak for this recipe. Oh, okay. So, right, because these are just lesser souls, so we can't... How about Dwarven Ignition? That's ghouls. Okay. So I could get... So I think this stone gets us... Okay, thresholds. Death, life, arcane. So if I do this... Elemental... Right, so it's to do with these colors here. So if, for example, I do this, and that, No, okay. So if I put in, for example, remains and this stone. No. And the Dark Feast. That gets us skeleton archers. Do the stats change? 66. 7, 7, 7, 51. If I take that... If I just do this... 66, 7, 7, 7, 51. Okay, so 18, 15. Adding this dagger. Oh, wait, no. Adding the remains doesn't add anything. Right. Okay. So I want to take this away, and I want to craft these skeleton archers. Mana affinity. +2 mana per day. Does that mean the unit gives us mana? Okay, let's craft these skeleton archers. Oh, that's a sound. Okay. So there's a number of things going around. How much movement do we have? Not much. Okay, let's end the turn. We're just crafting up another army here. Your master's missive spoke of an all-fire source he discovered not far from here. Now that you have established yourself in his tower, it is time to search for it. You eagerly scour his scribblings for any hint to the source's location. It must be close to the tower, else your master would not have set up his abode here. Eventually you find the location noted in your master's grimoire. It is not even a day's walk from the tower. But how to access the Allfire? As many have found out to their detriment, no mortal may touch the Allfire without being consumed. The Circle only recently discovered how to master its power, and they will not teach their secret to anyone. But your master once described a theory of his, of a magical conduit. By summoning an ethereal creature to meld with the All-Fire source and retaining the connection to it after it has been consumed, you may be able to channel some of the All-Fire's power into yourself. A wisp may do the trick, an ethereal being often used by mages as scouts or messengers. Let's summon a wisp and try. And it's got to go there. Meld with the All-Fire. Summon the wisp. Right there. Oh, big effect. And I assume I should just have some guardians. Now, looking at this thing, are those defenders? What are these? Hornets. Just a whole bunch of hornets. Okay, I assume we have to go kill them first then. Let's walk over there. A unit in this stack is able to meld with an All-Fire node. To initiate meld, move that onto the node, use the skill from the stack action bar. Melding takes several turns, and moving the melding unit off the location will stop the process. Okay, we just want to keep you following behind. Good, good. We should charge up start another research. Zombify. Consuming the target to create a more pliable and resistant minion. Ooh. Wait, no, this is... Oh, Corrode's currently in progress, so we have no spell charging up. Let's charge up Aid. Yeah, good. End turn. You have stacks with actions left. Force end turn, that's fine. So... let's kill these. Approaching the All-Fire node's location, you find it buzzing with activity. A swarm of insects has taken hold of it, no doubt attracted by the place's alluring energy. Oh, if we had alchemy, we could use an ointment to disperse them. Or you could try kill them. We can probably kill them. Kill those pests. Battle enchantments. This battle has an enchantment active that influences the battlefield. Hover over it to see what it does. All units are affected by wild magic until end of battle. All skills cost no focus, +5 ability damage. Okay, auto-resolve would be decisive victory. Let's try and get it to heroic. I'm not gonna skip the battles. Unless they're like super inconsequential, I really enjoy these. Oh, that's a node, alright. So these wasps should just charge forward. They shouldn't have much tactics, really, would they? Okay, so. Consumable items. Open your combat inventory using the bag symbol on the left of your unit's action bar. This will show you the consumable items in battle. Using consumables cost actions. Okay, so we do have... Ooh, we have the bomb. And bandages. So if I wanted to use the bomb... I think we need to be in range first. So which one's our death bolts? Is this in range? Ooh, not quite. Okay. How many actions is this? 1 to 3 actions. Okay, so these are ghouls, those are goblin brawlers, those are goblin archers. So what I want to do is I want to set up... Oh, I could go to the high ground. I can send my archers up to the... Yeah, let's put them straight up there. And I will shoot the one on the left, because they will likely come for the archers. Just deal some damage. If I wanted to cast these bolts... I will need to move up once. I'll need to move up a little bit. Like to here. And then I can blast you. Okay. Then I need to defend this guy by having melee units there. Defend, execute, and let's so they shouldn't be able... I don't know if wasps can consume corpse. Oh, that's how ghouls will heal. Okay, let's guard stance, execute. Okay, I like this setup. Let's see where they go. Wait, they can fly. Of course the cliffs don't matter, they're wasps! Oh, that's... Yeah, oh... That's my bad. Okay, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought I was being so smart. They're wasps! Can I just bomb you? Yeah. There, we use the bomb. Great. So our normal ranged attack... 36 to 54. Oh, so this is just our ranged attack like that. I see. Soul caged. Nice. So we can attack this. And if I understand correctly, you... Oh, you don't have any actions left. Oh, I wanted to eat a corpse! Ah, that's fine. Immune to psychology, wild magic. Alright, you can't brain manipulate the undead. Okay, fine. We killed the wasps. Very good. Is that a heroic victory? I hope it is. There we go. Heroic victory. Nice level ups. I gain fur. Remains a lesser feral soul. +4 with an undiscovered faction. Who hates wasps? But there we go. Heroic victory. I am better than the computer. Continue. After dispersing the giant insects, you eagerly approach the place where a glow seems to break through the ground, pulsating with promise. Get closer. The all-fire draws you to it, its power singing to you. As tempting as it is, you know that outside the circle of mages, no one can touch it and survive. If you can summon a wisp, it could meld with the all-fire source and now allow you to channel its energy. I have that summoning spell in my Grimoire. There we go. I should cast Aid to heal you up. And we should level up our units. Level up. Backstab from flanking. +1 speed. I think speed is more my style. Level you up. Harvest plant. Harvest a harvestable location on the world map to gather ingredients. Ooh, mine ore. The ghouls can work for us. Let's harvest plant. I think there's a lot of plants around here. And let's level you up. Speed. +5 health. That's just good. Yep. Okay. Now let's bring the wisp over to here. Melding. Your unit is now on the location so it can meld. Execute the meld using the skill on your stack's action bar. Melding takes several turns to finish, and losing or moving the melding unit stops the process. Okay. Meld. 2 turns. And off it goes. That's an inn. Units here regenerate daily plus 200% health. I have an adventure here. So we are now able to harvest ingredients. So I assume things like this Elven Heal Root, harvestable, heals all visiting mortals units for 30% of their maximum life. So if I move you over to here now, right, it doesn't heal the ghouls. If I harvest, that takes 4 turns? Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. It's end turn. Yeah, force end turn. Week of the Guardians. Traveling is blessed by the Guardians, as many seek to visit nearby temples. All of your units have +1 world map movements. Cities and shops have new inventory. It is now week 2 of the game. This is a game with weeks. Workshop constructed, which gives us income, finally. And more story. Not far from your tower, you spot a hooded figure watching you from a crop of trees. Is the circle already aware of your presence here? Danger may be closer than you expected. I need more guards. You know the local militia holds a watchtower not far away. Perhaps you can acquire help there. Let's talk to them. A watchtower, right there. Militia outpost. I do have these archers. But I probably should get more units, right? We're not currently researching anything. We just researched corrode. Is there anything else we can research right now? Yes. Zombify sounds interesting. But we're not currently getting any research points. Levy instant. Interesting. Okay. I probably want to just charge up another 8, I think. Yeah. Let's check our tower. So we're not getting that anytime soon. We could build another workshop, I see. Let's not do that. This workshop gives us another crafting slot, I see. Perhaps we could craft another undead. We have... Let's try Feral Soul. So they have Pack Tactics. For each ally in its stack with Pack Tactics... Oh, that's only if... Right. Let's take out the Feral Soul. Let's put in the lesser Vigorous Soul. Can I create anything besides ghouls? I don't have a strong enough soul. Like fur, remains, no, with the dagger. That doesn't really help. I can just... Oh, these are recipes that I've discovered so far, I see. So skeleton archers, I see, yes, okay. So if I do this... Oh, there's a lot of stats that I have not memorized yet. Okay, let's do something easy. If I just do remains, or just normal remains. That creates some nice ghouls. Yeah, just some basic ghouls. Let's go ahead and craft them. We don't exactly have huge souls to work with anyway. Yeah, new research levy available. Okay. It's fine. Let's end the turn. Yep. Force end turn. That will meld our wisp to the node. Very good. Oh, that gives us area of control. I see. Okay. Let's bring you back to merge with our army back home. Shaper Secret. Tower Unlocked Adventures. This adventure on the location can only be unlocked by your direct influence. Your tower's domain must reach its location. I see. Small all-fire node. Meldable location. Generates all fire and emits a wizard's domain when melded. Wild magic. So there must be a way to expand our influence to control that. I mean, there's a lot of things just out of reach here. Like this, I want that, right? So you... Yeah, we need to go talk to that militia outpost as well. So let's end the turn here. Also got to see how this harvest works. Does it remove the resources from the tile? Late at night, a frantic rattling at the door wakes you up. From your window, you see a hooded figure nervously eyeing the path leading up to your tower. Spotting you, they frantically wave and shout, "Quick! Open up! In the name of our master! They are after me!" Open the door or survey the area for any pursuers. This seems risky. But maybe this is the apprentice that we've been looking for? Let's trust him. After quickly sliding through the doorway and locking the door behind him, a man slumps against the wall and breathes. "I pray they have not spotted my trail, or we may all be lost." Slowly catching his breath, he pulls down his hood. He is older than you thought, his beard already graying. "Apologies, where are my manners?" he mumbles. "I know who you are. Our master spoke very highly of you, but you wonder who I am." "Indeed." "I am Jonath. I studied the art of necromancy with our late master," the man says proudly. "Here is proof of my work with him." He hands you a number of densely scribbled pages. Their topics center on facilitating the creation of undead, marked in numerous places by your master's hand. Jonath the Necromancer. "So tell me, what happened to our master?" "I must say it is quite the tale." He takes a seat at the small table near the tower entrance. "Do you want me to tell you everything, or just what happened to our master's research after the circle came from him?" "I'm going to skip to the end, if you please, just for now. If you want the full story, I'm sure it'll come later." "A day's journey from here, not far away, is the tower the Circle's forces have long used as a base. But I am certain that is where they took the pages with our master's most valuable research. I managed to gather some of our master's former servants, but our forces are not sufficient to take on the Circle's minions. I implore you, please, help me protect our master's legacy. I swear I will not fail him again. I will even offer you my services if you help me retake his research. Please, together, we may best the Circle's forces. Our master's work must be preserved. Goblin brawlers, goblin archers." For our master's sake. Stolen pages are right there. And what is that? They got a horned beast and lesser fire golems. Okay, they got some scary stuff there. Apprentices and heroes. Apprentices and heroes are some of the strongest units in the game. They have reserve slot in each stack, increasing its combat power considerably. Both can carry magical artifacts and have their own powerful spells. Apprentices are further able to build a lodge, which emanates your magical influence and extends your domain around it. Ooh, okay. So all fire flow is new. This is, okay, the screen shows you the flow of all fire based on your access to it. You can distribute your powers between mana, research, and mastery. To change the flow of all fire, grab the golden indicator and move it around the triangle. Oh, this. I see. Oh. Oh, I see. So I can generate more mana or generate more research. Mastery. Limits the mana you can cast each turn on spells. I see. So something like this is probably good. Gets us some mana, some research, and slowly levels up our proficiency. Good. Our tower level can upgrade as well. As your power grows, so does your tower. By increasing your mastery, you can upgrade your tower and add new floors, spaces for additional apprentices, manipulate all fire flow. Okay. Next level at 10. I see. Number of rooms, how many apprentices, extends your domain. Oh, in that case, let's level up straight away now. Let's just... one turn to level that up. Okay, I want to see how that goes. We also have this guy, Jonath the Necromancer. Hero unit, very good. We can send you to talk to the militia outpost. Some soldiers loiter in front of the watchtower, but there isn't even a proper guard posted. At the sight of your approach, a few of them do get up, unsure of their feet, and obviously more than just a little drunk. Just give them some gold to join our ranks. A bearded man in the dented breastplate scratches his head. I don't know, we have a pretty good life out here. The Baron doesn't care what we do, the town pays our wages and no one bothers us. Your thing sounds a lot like dangerous work. Fine, 10 gold. The leader looks greedily at the bags of coin. I guess you have enough to make it worth our while, he replies. The soldiers start packing their gear. Lead away, mage, we will follow. We get some cutthroats. Excellent. Thank you. Water under the bridge. Founded by both humans and elves, Alluvion is renowned for its elegant elvish architecture and lush gardens. Traveling elves often stay here to rest and bring rare plants from Finnonmere. The city's gatherers often roam the countryside looking for medicinal and magical ingredients. Might want to go for a visit. Okay, one more turn for that. This is... oh, so we got our cutthroats into this army. I see. So we have like a pretty large army here. Like I probably... well, let's wait a turn. So we'll get the harvested resources, and we should level up our mastery. Let's try that. Yep, force end turn. Who are you? What? Oh. Another faction just took that mine. Harvesting the Elven Heal Root grants you 2 Elven Heal Root and 20 XP. The resource from the tile is gone, but I assume in our inventory we actually... yeah, inventory we got 2 Elven Heal Root, which can be used for healing or probably crafting undead. Now, our tower. Domain radius +1. How do we level it up? Or have we already leveled it up? Oh, next level at 10. I see. So we gotta go to all fire. We gotta make sure we get... We're at 9 now, so we have to get to 10. Let's just get straight to 10. Yeah, that's good. So we'll get to 10 next turn. And then I definitely want that mine. So let's prepare to take that mine. You can sit in the tower first, and you... Maybe you can just... Owned by independence. Is there anything else for us to go for right now? Or I could try walk into that fairy grass to see if only one unit got flying. Oh, the flying was temporary, I think. So we could grab flying and like fly over mountains and stuff. But let me see if I walk onto that fairy grass. If the whole army gets flying, right? Okay, good. End turn. Yes. Let's level up our mage's tower. They're gonna head back. Oh, it's the dwarves up there. I see. Congratulations! By mastering your magic, you have attained the title of Master Mage. Your power has increased and your tower has become bigger. Domain radius, apprentice slots, tower rooms. Continue. Okay. New challenges and dangers arise with the dawn. You ought to prepare your troops for harsher times. Oh, because everyone hates me now. Getting more apprentices. With a growing tower, your apprentices' cap increases. You should divert some scouting towards finding one of the rare arcane academies spread throughout the lands. Only there you'll be able to choose another pupil. Okay, so first thing I want to check. If I walk onto this... Fairy wings for everyone. Wait, no, maybe it is permanent. I didn't actually look at this properly earlier. But now, this whole army can just... What is that? Oh, mineable vein. So we can now just fly over mountains, right? The sky changes color depending on the biome. Look at that. Okay. What are these things? Oh, that large army from down here is charging at us. Okay. Let's try. Deal with you. Heroic victory? No, I want to handle this personally. You're coming right at my face? I don't think so. Okay, let's see what we got. We've got you, heroes in combat. Heroes and apprentices are unique leaders that, given enough experience, will yield powerful abilities into combat. In combat, they cannot be killed, but they will get injured instead. Injured apprentices will need to recover at their lodge for a few days. Right, we got to set up a lodge. So what do you have? Raise Undead. Can I just summon? Oh, it's got to be on a corpse, I think. Fine. Death bolts, that's our range. Okay. What do we have? Oh, we have our skeleton archers as well. Ghouls. Okay, so we need 1, 2, 3. 3 steps forward. Let's move our ghouls there. One, two. Right. I have to move up to here for you. So we can shoot you. Range penalty minus 50%, but it's an early shot. You guys, goblin brawlers. We're just gonna waltz up to there. I'm going to guard stance. Execute. You are also going to go into guard stance. Execute. This is a little awkward. I don't think it's worth charging our archers forward, so let's put you here. Just guard stance there. Yes. And I'll bring you 50 health. I don't want to risk you. So I'll have you at the back. And good. Let them come at us from here. Oh, those things are ranged? Okay. Oh, and that guy's just gonna guard? Range penalty. Okay. So first, let's move you out of the way. Let's move our archers up. And start dealing with their ranged unit. Okay. Got you. We'll bring you up. And start dealing with you. Yes. Let's move you up to here. We'll guard you. We'll guard you. Yes. And I'll walk the hero up to here to take a shot at that guy. Just to chip away at the big guy's health. Okay. Now you better come to me. Because we do more range damage than you. Oh, there's burning on this? Okay. How much damage do you guys do? Yes. If I move you up, I think it's worth shooting you. There's a small chance they actually die, I think. Yes! Just enough. Okay, range attack you. Can I raise undead? Flanked by our own soldier. There we go. Don't suppose you can move on turn 1? No. Okay. Yeah. So I don't actually have to tell these guys to guard. They should auto-guard when I end turn. Yep. If they have leftover actions. Ah, lost a unit. So you can just go ahead and... You're just walking corpses. Might as well throw you at the enemy. Use up some of the retaliation points. Do a shot. Yes. And do a shot. Okay, lost 1 unit. Don't think we keep the raised units. I assume those were temporary for the battle. There we go. Yes, good, good. Decisive victory. All right. Yeah, we lost 1 unit from that. In terms of setting up the lodge... Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try use this lodge mechanic, because this lodge mechanic seems to be a very important thing that we should have. So this is unexplored. You've already moved this turn, right? Yes. Is it 8 turns to... Oh no, we're currently researching Zombify. Do we have souls? Yes, we do have you. Can I add... Life Essence prevents successful necromancy. Okay. You can't use Elven Heal Root. Let's just train up more ghouls, I think. And you get pack tactics, sure, whatever. We'll craft that. We can send... We can actually send this army into that mine. Exploring the mine gets 2 mountain copper. Good. And it's +5? +10 from locations. Okay, +10 from that mine. Very good. Wait, no. +5 from that. We've got +2 from this watchtower. +1 from this hamlet. I see. Okay. We'll bring you back. You're defending our mage's tower. Let's end the turn. And what I want to find out is for the lodge mechanic. So I don't think... Did I check this? Oh, I have been leveling this up. It's now level 11. If I check my tower, next level at 25. Okay. So now it should just be a bit more even, I think. Let's bring you over towards this Shaper's Secret, because I want to find out what happens if we do this. You guys are still flying around. Can I just grab these stables? You find fresh horses, +3 world map movement. Oh, it just boosts up our movement speed. Is that? That seems dangerous. That 267, yeah, we can't do that. Those are all dwarven ruins. So I guess we'll just start marching you guys back. You guys are gonna defend our watchtower. Good. Let's end the turn. The Granite Dwarves. Oh, so we actually know them now. Monsters, orcs, okay. More story coming through. Over time, you have received more and more reports about dancing lights. The letters are piling up high on your desk now. Perhaps it's time to go look through them. You know, I have more important work to do. I don't want to accept that quest, so you can turn down quests. Spread your domain. So if I walk up to here, and then press this, previously placed lodge will be destroyed. Yes? Oh, and I can place it like this. I see. So if I want to do this and place the lodge there, it'll take 2 turns. Which I definitely want to see what happens. Alright. Soldiers. I guess you guys will... Is this in my region? Oh, this is in my region, I think. Is that actually in my... It says it's owned by me. I guess you guys can just keep exploring. Oh. That means story. You see a harried figure running towards you, wide-eyed and waving their arms. Flee! Those damn wizards have sent their monsters after us! They already killed our captain and are raiding our camp! Run before they get you! With that, they run past you into the wild. I guess we can look at the beasts. 152. Yep. And you know, let's try the auto-resolve and see what happens here. It's just a bunch of wasps. Ooh, nice. Actually led to heroic victory. So auto-calc, that initial thing is just an estimation. Very good. When the creature is dead or destroyed, your troops collect the treasures that's been thrown on the ground. Corrupted ruby, twitching eyeball, and a ration. Hope it was worth it. You can grab this tree. I don't know what this tree does. It looks like it's supposed to be a all-fire thing. Oh, the treasures are guarded beyond that region. I see. Let's end turn. Oh, they're just going to attack us straight up? Close victory. Can I retreat? Receive damage and might die. Okay, 2 units die if we retreat. I just wanted to see how that works, and it runs us off to this side. Oh, it's a new week. Week of Shana. All units have 100% plus 100% daily regeneration. Okay. Is that a big city there? I guess so. Grabbing some stuff. So it's pretty dangerous just wandering around the map like this. Oh, that's a big city. There's something huge right there. 7 keeps. It's a capital of the kingdom of the High Mark and the seat of its king. The 7 towers that protect it are a symbol of safe haven. Ah, we must visit. Okay. Besides that, I think I just want to end the turn here to see how this expands. Oh, those granite dwarves. Are they gonna attack me? Oh, we're under attack again there. But this extends our region like that. And that means this conflicted locations. This location is within your domain, but either occupied by an enemy or owned by someone else. You cannot collect the resources while it's conflicted. I see. So if we wanted to get that, I would have to attack it, I guess. Control of this location is conflicted. So 2 things are... Can I not cross this river? Oh, I can't cross this river because that guy's guarding it. I see. And what's attacking us? What is that thing? Ashen ones. Core dwellers. So this lower kingdom keeps attacking us. They're 201. I'm 201. Right. Okay. I guess we're supposed to be making our way down that way. Can I perhaps maybe... We've got a lot of stuff now. Can I maybe do... Oh, I don't have any more life essence. Fine. Perhaps I can... I should probably be hiring more goblins, right? I can hire 2 units at a time now, like that. Yeah, I should have been doing that earlier. Let's see what happens if they attack me. Are they just gonna mess with me? Oh, they're just attacking me like that, straight up. Okay. Let's just auto-resolve this. Very nice, thank you. That gets us a soul, good. I can... Oh, are they attacking me here? Yep, okay. We get to defend our tower. Close victory. Let's start the battle. We are defending our tower. Let's see if we can actually defend it. They're attacking in the tower itself. Okay, what do I have here? We've got our cutthroats, ghouls, goblin brawlers, all melee units. The main stairs are over here on the left. They just have 2 units, so... Doesn't really matter. Let's just gather up over on this side. Who has the most health? The cutthroats have the most health, so I'd want them to be the defensive ones. The ghouls have the second most health. Okay, so I'm doing stuff like that. The ghouls can also consume a corpse. Looking at their stats... 87 hit points, 105. These guys, these ashen ones, are more likely to die. This thing can breathe fire, I remember. So I can... Are they in range already? I did not expect that range to be so long. Okay. You can... I might not be able to win this one. I should actually pull back to try and surround them. Without ranged units, we can't really be... I do have... Oh, you have throwing knives? Should keep an eye on that. Also, heal root. So this heals 15 health of an allied unit. Let's use that. Nature's Vengeance. Okay, let's have them come at us. Okay, so if I wanted to range attack this guy, yeah, let's range attack this guy. Bleeding, good. Now, if I wanted to hit those guys at the back, I think I gotta focus fire here. So there will be retaliate on this guy. Ghouls, goblin brawlers. Let's do this. That causes him to turn, so he doesn't retaliate because he had to turn like that. So if I do this, there will be a retaliate, but if I move here, I'm trying to maximize my damage here. Then I just do one attack, and he can't retaliate because he just turns around. And if I do this, he will retaliate this one because it's not a full flank, but sure. Oh, the first one doesn't retaliate. Second one he does. Okay, so that's maximizing damage while minimizing his retaliate. Right? Okay. Nature's Vengeance also gave these effects. Okay, these effects can be stacked. Okay, so I can just feed him more. Okay, that's pretty good. Let's end turn. Attack of opportunity. Oh, you're just trying to run? Thank you for the free damage. Oh, that's why. Okay. We might be able to kill it. It's still burning. Okay. You can finish off this guy. That's one down. We can throw some daggers at that guy. These guys haven't taken any damage, so there's no point eating, is there? So, best to just hit. Ex-kindled. Okay. Alright. But I think we are gonna win this. Okay. You can now eat this. Nom. And you can just throw more daggers like that. Good. And you cannot kill it, so I will not kill it. Either he attacks the ghouls and he dies, or he tries to run and we get free damage. To make sure you guys live, I will just run you guys away. And attack of opportunity, good. And you die. Ah, minimize damage. A victory. Serves you right. So the AI would have been a close battle, but with mine, let's see how good we did. There we go. Decisive victory. Just lost one unit there. Other three leveled up, and I gained one remains. Perfect. Very nice. Ah, okay. Good, good. Anyway, I think that is a pretty good look at SpellForce Conquest of Eo. This has been pretty fun, and so far it's shaping up pretty nicely. The main problem I have right now is that it doesn't feel very optimized, but this is one of the earliest looks at the game. See, even on lowest graphic settings, I know I'm recording a video here, but it still feels a little bit laggy. I wish zooming in and out was a bit smoother. But also, this is kind of nice, this sort of big tactical world map. But yeah, optimize up this game a little bit so it runs smoother, and I think it would be really nice. So far, my favorite thing is that it feels like a story world, right? Like, I imagine the full release of this game would have randomized maps and stuff, and it would generate these numerous story paths and setups, which is just really, really nice. It's really reminiscent of the old school kind of fantasy 4X RPG kind of experience. You know, like, these things are labeled more to do with the story thing. Water Under the Bridge is a story beat, right? This is the city of Alluvion, right? But this is Stolen Pages, Water Under the Bridge. There's a celebration there, I'm assuming. That's Shaper's Secret, right? So a lot of these things are to do with story beats rather than actual names. Like, that's obviously Seven Keeps, but Village Gossip. That's not a village called Gossip. There's a quest about Village Gossip there, you know? And that just fills this world with tons and tons of stories. Plus, tactical combat, always a favorite of mine. And this territory of control thing is pretty interesting as well. And of course, it's got the staples of spellcasting, heroes and apprentices, the Mage's Tower, mercenaries and resources and all of that. And the crafting of necromancy, I think, is just so interesting. You don't train units, you craft units, which I think is just really fun, right? Okay. Anyway, that's gonna be my nice little holiday look at SpellForce, Conquests of Eo. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Thanks so much for watching. Please do check out the rest of the channel, links below and links on screen, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys, bye!